And welcome back to the Voltron Force edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. As you can see, we are forming the blazing sword and forming feet and legs and arms and body, and
All that good stuff.
somebody will eventually form the head. But welcome to another edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. He is Mizzle. I am Dub. And yes, as you can see, we're matching the Voltron Force today.
Indeed. The force needs to be strong today.
All right, well, let's get into it. Some highly entertaining games over the weekend in the association.
Yes.
And we'll start with last night on the parquet floor in the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts,
Good
as
job.
the Knicks and the Celtics,
Good job, Knicks.
as the Sixer fan with the fist bump, but
Yes.
fantastic game,
Oh yeah.
double overtime.
Yes.
But the Celtics get it done, 131 to
The
129.
Knicks get it
But
done.
Emmanuel quickly with some career highs yesterday.
Well, you
Played
can
damn
achieve
near
that.
almost every minute
I'm gonna say you can achieve that
of
in
that
double
game.
overtime though.
Yeah, you can, but just what he did yesterday was fantastic. As we can get to the box score here, but quickly had a career high 38 points.
Of
Tatum had 40.
course.
Robinson had 14 rebounds. Quickly had 7 assists. Tatum had 7 to 6. Al Horford hit 6 threes, had 14 rebounds. It was back and forth, back and forth. Knicks had a lead, but of course it's the NBA. Everybody goes on a run. Boston ties it,
Mm-hmm.
but Boston was 2 points better in overtime, getting the win. And of course, into that,
Well, I
have
thought the
won
Knicks. I thought
nine.
the Knicks won.
Yeah, they did. I said the Knicks were 2 points better in overtime
Oh,
and
okay.
held on
Okay.
for the
Okay.
win. But anyhow, Julius Randle had 31.
He's starting to come well.
RJ Barrett,
Not too shocked, but he's
RJ,
starting to
no.
pull it together.
Well, we saw this when he played for that team in LA that we don't like, and they weren't even using him enough per se.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
now Tom Thibodeau has made that man a perennial All Star in the
Yes.
Big Apple. He's become a fan favorite. RJ Barrett had 29, of course, quickly at 38. Quickly played 55 minutes. Barrett played 50 minutes. Randall 47. Robertson
Talk about a
played
marathon game.
44. Josh Hart, yeah, Josh Hart played 40 minutes. Um, Tatum had 40. Horford had 20. Marcus Smart had 13. Jalen Brown had 29. White had 12. It was back and forth at the TD Garden. Knicks get the win. They've won 9 in a row, still holding on to that 5 seed in
Nah.
the in the
Woo.
very in the very loaded Eastern Conference of the
They're
National
picking.
Basketball
They're picking the right
Association.
time to get on this winning streak. I tell you, it's just
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
it's closing. They're just stacking them up. So kudos.
So just to go through the rest of the scores on yesterday, the Bulls lose to the Pacers on a Tyrese Halliburton game-winning
Yeah.
3-1, 25-22. Nets beat the Hornets 102 to 86. Blazers eke by the Magic by 3, 122, 119. Spurs lose to the Rockets. The Rockets put up 142 to 10 over the Spurs. Thunder beat the Jazz 129, 119. We already talked about the Knicks and the Celtics. Bucks over the Wizards by 6, 117, 113.
And Giannis.
The Clippers.
And Giannis. Before you continue, padding the stat sheet, grabs a rebound, dribbles all the way down court, misses a layup on purpose, hits the side of the rim to grab a rebound to get his triple double with seconds left in the game. Padding the stats. Go ahead, Giannis. But continue. I just had to say that.
Yeah, well, hey, it is what it is. Late night Clippers came back despite the fact that the Grizzlies scored 51 in the third quarter. But yet it was not enough. The Clippers hold on and win by 6,
Wow.
135 to 129. Paul George, PG 13 with 42 of the buckets to go along with 11 rebounds and 3 assists. Kawhi Leonard starting to look like the claw again. He had 34. And Plumlee and Gordon had 15 and 17. Or I'm sorry, Gordon had 15. Mann had 17 off the bench, respectively, to help the Clippers. And the Grizzlies got scoring from everybody. I mean, Luke Kennard had 15. Bain had 30. Jones had 25. Jackson had 24. Tillman had 13. But again, they scored 51 points in the third quarter but
You're not
only
supposed to lose a
17 in
basketball
the
game.
fourth.
Oh, that's well,
If you score, well, there you go, 17 in the fourth quarter.
I was gonna say there that
So
that explains everything right there.
yeah, it does. Clippers get the win, and it has not gone well in Big Dallas and Big D for Kyrie and Luka. They're now 2-5 since they've came together.
Well, it came together against my Sixers.
Well, well, yeah, there was that one time, but the Suns squeaked by the Mavericks 130 to 126.
KD effect.
Yes, indeed. I did not know this. Did you know that even though divisions don't count in basketball,
Mm-hmm.
the Sacramento Kings are your leaders in the Pacific Division. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Hell no. So that's
Right,
well,
right.
but
Yeah,
but
exactly.
again, but again, they're again, like I've been said earlier about the Knicks. The Kings are peaking at the right time, and I mean they've been winning for holding down that spot for a while, but they just stay consistent. Seems like whatever Mike Brown put in that Gatorade, they sure are drinking it. That's for sure.
And not a lot from much else, but like Stephen A. said, um, Chris Paul has got to be has still got to be the man the offense runs through, because if it's not running through him, that's going to lead to some problems. Um, on the Maverick side, Luke had 34, Kyrie had 30, Wood had 17, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 21, Bullock had 10, but nonetheless, the Suns were 3 points better in the third quarter or in the fourth quarter, hence why they get the 4-point win. And the Suns undefeated since Kevin Durant has put on the purple and orange of the Phoenix Suns. And yes, Wardell returned, had a solid 27 points, but as it has been the issue with the Warriors, when they get cold, they came to the side of a damn barn. And
7-24 on the road. And wait, California is their home. Home, like so
correct.
how are you? I don't. But they're still holding down that 5 seed. So as long as
Yes,
they
they
can
are.
avoid that play
Yes,
in
they are.
tournament, as long as they avoid the play in tournament, I think they should be good. But like you said, like Clay said, don't want to see us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
And
I hate to continue to use this, but they know when to turn that switch on.
yeah,
They know
they
when
do.
it's time to play basketball. And us Warrior fans, it's torture to us because it's like, dude, don't even show up then. I mean, they're basically they're doing it. They're just playing enough to get into the playoffs, and we're in the playoffs. I don't
Then
think
you
there's
see
nobody really
then
beating them in a 7-game series.
then you see the Golden State Warriors and who they are when the playoffs start, which, like as you just said, for us is like just no, because you want good synergy, you want good chemistry going into the playoffs, you want everything
Yes,
to flow. Because I
yes.
mean, Curry just came back yesterday, along with Iggy. You
Mm-hmm.
want the flow to happen and go through.
Yeah,
Um,
and we're still missing Wiggins. So with family matters, and I pray that
yes.
it's whatever's going on that it's okay.
At 11. Poole had 10. But now we often said this. Yesterday was the Anthony Davis game because he put the Lakers on his back. Now, when he doesn't, as our friend of the program would say, when he doesn't tear his vaginal canal, you see the talent
Yeah,
of what he can do. And he had 39 and 8 rebounds, and he was mainly the factor of why the Lakers won this game yesterday by 8, 113 to 105. Because, I mean, both teams hit their free throws. I mean, the Warriors were 15 of 18 from the line. either. But if we're going to go to the standings of the association going into the playoff mode as it stands, it's still Milwaukee 1 in the East, Boston 2, Philly at 3, but they are only 2 games back in the loss column to Boston. And both the Celtics and the Sixers are playing tonight.
Yes,
Um,
we got the Pacers.
Boston is playing Cleveland, and Philadelphia is playing Indiana.
Go
Cavaliers
Cleveland.
at the Cavaliers at the 4 seed, and the Knicks with their ninth win. They're now only a half game behind, or they're only 1 game behind Cleveland for the 4th spot in the East.
Here they come.
Brooklyn at 6, and you got Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, and Washington in the rear in the play-in tournament at 7, 8, 9 in the East.
I see
In the West,
Brooklyn not making it. They're just going backwards.
they've been struggling. And Miami, you never count out the Miami Heat with their expulsion and Pat Riley. They just seem to know
Especially
how to
with
get it
Jimmy
done
Buckets on that squad.
that man can play on my team any day of the week. That man is a bulldog if there ever was a bulldog.
Agreed.
In the West, Nuggets still holding on to the number 1 spot. But folks, you might want to turn up the volume for what I'm about to say right now. Folks, the Sacramento Kings. Yes, the Sacramento Kings are only 1 game back of the 2 seed in the Western Conference.
Wow.
I'm going to say that again. The Sacramento Kings, yes, wow, who have not made the playoffs since the 2005-2006 season.
Yes.
Are 1 game behind the Grizzlies in the 2 seed.
Amazing.
They already leave the Pacific Division.
And just
they're 3rd in the conference. They lead the Pacific Division. But like I said, if Mike Brown is not your coach of the year, the NBA needs to slap themselves because he has turned around that culture. I mean, we knew he would improve the Kings. But
I mean, and he's getting something out of Harrison Barnes as well. That's saying something.
Yeah. Just some more breaking news here on the Mizzle and Dub Show. Now the Colorado police are looking into where if John Morant broke any laws. So that story continues, and
he also could be facing a 50-game suspension for taking a loaded gun on the plane, the team plane, which is that's breaking the NBA.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
As I've been hearing on the radio, like I said, somebody needs to take that young man under his wing and give him some guidance. And I agree with what Stephen A. Smith said about his dad. Stop being his friend and be his father. And if that's what, because Stephen A. knows a little bit more what's going on than maybe I know. But if that's the case, that he's being more of a friend than a father, then shame on him. Because this is where's the time that he's supposed to step up and be a dad and be like, hey, son, you're
effing up.
Yeah.
You're effing up.
You're now the face of Nike. You have all these other endorsement deals, and kudos to Nike for not, dropping the young man. I mean, but they dropped Tiger Woods. I mean, Tiger Woods didn't brandish a gun, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still, kudos to them, because that could have been vital to the young man. They could have took that away from him, and no telling what road he could have went down.
Yeah, agreed.
So kudos to Nike and all his other endorsement deals, saying that they're going to stick to him and help him with his recovery.
Well, I mean, despite all that, because the man has been a fantastic man in the community in Memphis. The city loves him. So he has done tremendous charitable work for the city of Memphis. So,
everybody. I'm not. This is the wrong thing to kind of say. He's a human being, number one. I was kind of going to say that somebody's entitled to a mishaps, but some mishaps are bigger than others. So I'm not going to put that on him like that. But he's a human being. He's still somewhat a kid. He's only 23 years old.
23.
So.
And the only thing that makes me feel bad is he now has to explain to his daughter, Daddy messed up big time.
Yeah.
And now Daddy's got to pay the price.
Yeah.
So this also should be a learning lesson for that little girl to be like,
Of
okay,
course.
don't do what daddy did. But here's the thing that gripes me, because we as a society are the first to judge of anything. But at the
That
same time, but at the same time, okay, we have done some stuff that questions decisions.
oh, I'm not perfect.
I mean that's why Jesus said, "He without sin cast the first stone," and Jesus is still waiting. By the way, um, for those that believe, obviously, but you just only hope that Ja gets help and
Yeah.
gets right, because you want to see him back on the basketball court, because the man is a fantastic talent on the court when he's there. So
And what
hopefully,
now? Let me take another side of the John Morant story and also say what Paul Pierce said. Now, Paul Pierce has supported the young man for all this. Now, he's not supporting the actions that he has brandished with the gun. But if
mm-hmm,
anybody remembers, Paul Pierce should not be walking this earth right now. That man got stabbed
correct.
over 10 times and lived, So, and what he came out and said is, you don't know what John Moran is going through to want to have to carry that to protect himself. So there's two sides to each story, but the action of him carrying a gun is not the right thing to do. If you're carrying it for your protection, nobody should know that you have the gun.
Yeah,
Nobody. You
I'm
should.
all
You
I
definitely
I am
shouldn't
all
put it on social media.
I am all for the right to bear arms.
Yes, if
I'm
it's
all
the
for that.
right way.
I am all for protecting your household and protecting your family. I am all for that. I will not argue that. You won't get no argument from me about that. But flashing a gun on social media can cause your ass to get arrested and get jail time, especially. He just gets help and gets right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we could say. Um, now to some NFL news. A lot of NFL news so far. So the story is finally put to bed. And now that saga's over. Derek Carr is going to New Orleans. He is signing a deal with the New Orleans Saints, 4 years for 150 million. Um, as Mr. Mason says, au revoir, sayonara. Calvin Ridley, Jaguars wide receiver, has been reinstated after the gambling policy. So now Sunshine gets another target to go with Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram, which, by the way, they are going to use the franchise tag on Evan Ingram.
Smart move.
Um, yeah, because he finally decided to play football and catch the ball again, as he was not doing as a member of the Giants. The Chiefs will not franchise tag Orlando Brown, so he'll become a free agent. Um, Tony Pollard, as expected, is getting the franchise tag with the Cowboys. What does that mean for Zeke Elliott? Is he going to get the heave ho? We don't know, even though Jerry Jones has been declared he wants Zeke back. But we'll see. Um, Titans are to release Bud Dupree, so there goes an edge rusher for somebody that needs an edge rusher. Bud Dupree still has some good years left. He's still got motor in the tank. Um, Rams are trying to resign Baker just in case the arm of Matthew Stafford is not there. Um, again, they're still possibly shopping the number one pick. They possibly could get 2024 and a 2025 first rounder for this year's number one pick.
So three first
So
rounders.
we'll see how that goes for the Chicago Bears, possibly. Um,
Raiders just go get the number 2 pick.
so now, okay. So now, okay. So now here's some more news on the John Morant situation
Oh boy.
as we get more breaking news here on the Mizzle and Dub Show. Go back. Thank you. Okay. No, I don't want that. Give me. Thank you. There we go.
The
So we
Carmelo
just talked about the
Anthony
police
print.
investi- So we just talked about the Colorado police looking to see if we broke any laws. Okay, so apparently, as ESPN is adding more to this, so apparently it was an IG live video on Instagram to where he displayed the gun at a nightclub.
Yes.
That's a big no-no. That's a
Yes.
big no-no. Big
Yes.
no-no. Big no-no. Damn it, that's a big no-no. Okay, so continuing on. Um, a report is that the Titans are shopping Derrick Henry.
Wow. Wow.
That is some very interesting.
But again, it doesn't really shock me. I mean, they did trade AJ Brown to the Eagles, so that's not really
This is true. This is true.
not too much shocking for
It's
that right
not.
now.
It's not. It's not. It's not shocking from that perspective. It's just like, damn, you really want to trade him? Your whole offense?
But, right? Hell, he made Dan Tannehill look good.
Yes. He made Tannehill get an extension from the Titans, to which now Henry or Tannehill might be leaving, but wow, that's just something. Okay, so the Vikings released longtime fan favorite and a tremendous player Eric Kendricks, which I
Still got some
said that
tread
I
on the
will take
tires.
him on my team right now.
Still got some
Uh,
tread on those tires.
yeah. Brock Purdy is finally going to have his surgery on Friday. They say the rehab will be up to 6 months, but I would still bring a veteran just for backup purposes.
Yeah, neither one of your
The
quarterbacks
Ravens
are going to
drama
be
continue.
somewhat. They'll say 100%, but those injuries they both sustain is
Yeah,
pretty lengthy.
a fracture ankle and a UCL is not easy injuries to come back from.
Indeed.
The Ravens are more than likely a franchise tag, but will Lamar sign it? That will remain to be seen.
Well, it's
As that
dependent on
drama
what tag they
continues
put
to
on them.
unfold, that's that.
Either they put the tag on them to where they can garner first round picks or match an offer sheet from another team, or they just put that one tag on him to where he can't talk to nobody but the Ravens, or he can sit out a whole year. It's been done.
Well, like I said, Daniel Jones get the franchise tag because if I'm the Giants, I'm not paying him $45 million
Well,
because you just have one good season.
There's a report right now that his agents are on their way to East Rutherford.
Oh, really?
So they could be in doing some more negotiations. I know they all, the combine is just not just looking at potential draft picks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Combine is
It's
where
talking about
all agents,
trades.
all general managers, all coaches, they all go to dinners. This is basically this is what you call the legal tampering, which is before the legal tampering, which the legal tampering
This
starts
is true.
next week. It starts next week, but it actually starts in the combine because you can have any kind of discussion as long as you don't strike a deal. I mean, you can make a deal, you can get it in motion.
Yeah, and you just can't do nothing until the league year starts.
Yeah, but then next week you can announce that deal. So what I think is deals are made at the combine. They put in this legal tampering because it's done at the combine. So they give you that grace period.
You can announce deals, but it can't be finalized until the first day of the new league year, which is next week.
Didn't Carson? Was it Carson Wentz that got traded at the combine? Who got traded? Who got? Well, last year or a year before that,
there have been some combine trades.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
Let's see if I can look some up here. Hold on. Yes, I feel like I feel like Adam Schefter. I got iPad in one hand, phone in the other.
But the Ravens will make a big mistake if they don't get something done with Lamar Jackson right then and there. I mean, what does that say to the rest of the players on the team? And I get it. He wants the Deshaun Watson deal. Do I think he's better than Deshaun Watson? Yes. Does he deserve the money Deshaun Watson gets? Yes. But I don't want him to change the whole market.
He's a former MVP. Something Deshaun Watson has not done.
But listen to this though. Look at what the Packers are doing to Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a well more established quarterback than Lamar Jackson. And look how he's getting treated. Even though Rodgers is not the blame for this, he's the blame for this as well. Because this, but if you're a Green Bay Packer fan, you are sitting here doing this right now. We've been through this before. We see that this is the a same story. They do the same thing they did to Brett Favre.
Okay, this is true. Okay, in regards to your beloved Raiders, let me ask you this, because as you know, every former Patriot quarterback has been linked to your team. Now, the damn name that I can't stand.
Mac Jones.
Yeah. How do you feel about that latest rumor mill being thrown onto your football team? Because I know where you stand. You want Lamar. And if you don't get Lamar, go in the draft. I hear you loud and clear. You even said, let's sit and be the stopgap for 2 years while the rookie gets in place. And I know you're high on Florida's quarterback, Anthony Richardson, who's had a fantastic combine, by the way.
Yeah,
And
but
if
I
you
want
haven't seen,
CJ first. CJ is number one.
I know you want CJ Stroud. I get that, which is now all of a sudden Ohio State quarterbacks becoming a thing now, because for the longest time you was always taught, do not draft a quarterback from Ohio State, do not draft a quarterback from Alabama. It does not pan out. Now, Tua is still a question mark because he can't seem to get on the field. When he's healthy, though, they do win games.
Mac
I
Jones,
know
the
they're
book is
making
still
use
open.
of. It's still open on him. He has shown flashes. Um, of course, every negative thing they can use on Bryce Young. He's too small, this and that, E-I-E-I-O. Well, Drew Brees was 5'9", and he won a Super Bowl, and he'll be going to the Hall of Fame with the yellow jacket. If you can play, you can play. Kyler Murray is 5'8" on a good day, but I think he's 5'7" if you want to ask me. But the young man can play some football, especially when it breaks down to playing backyard football. He's one of the best to do it.
Indeed.
So, again, if you can play, you can play. Doesn't matter what your height is, but there's that.
So to answer your question about Mac Jones, the only thing that I have to say is Devontae Adams okay with that. If Devontae Adams is on board, I mean, Mac Jones is young. If that's what you're gonna do, okay. But damn it, if you're gonna pass on these quarterbacks that's coming out, if you can get it, you better make sure you hit on every damn pick that comes with the draft. I'm talking about you better beef up that O-line. You better make that defense look good. You mean we got the money in free agency. So if that means if you're trading for Mac Jones, that means you're going to spend the money on defense. Because that's what's needed. We need another corner to go. They need to re-sign Rock. They need another corner, put Nate House back in the damn slot. Okay? If you're going to sign Denzel Perryman, good, do that. If not, you get yourself a goddamn linebacker that can cover Travis Kelce. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing linebackers chase him. I need somebody that's going to be a blanket on him. Or hell, bring back Deron Harmon. Okay, I'm okay with that because once they put the green dot on him, it was nice. But here's the thing: when it came to the second half of the season, it wasn't the defense's fault. They were holding teams to 0 points in the second half, maybe 10 points. The offense couldn't put points on the board because they gassed out in the first half. So if it's Mac Jones, you better make sure it comes with making the other team, everybody around that locker room happy. And he needs to come in with the work ethic and not have that crybaby attitude when things doesn't go his way like he did in New England. So,
well, unfortunately, because your head coach is who he is, he just might baby him, which.
Well, I don't know because they said Derek Carr couldn't take the coaching that McDaniels was putting out there.
But I think, but at the same time, and you and I both know, John Gruden is way worse than Josh McDaniels. And Carr took that just fine.
what they were also saying is that I don't think John Gruden was probably putting it out there like that. Like, yes, he's a hard coach, but I don't think John Gruden was putting the criticism that McDaniels was doing with Carr and the rest of the team. So there's a difference between being a hard-nosed ass coach, yelling in your face, cussing, running the fucking play over again. But hey, you are fucking up right now. Run this play right. Did you not see that? Tell me what you saw. You clearly saw that. I forgot what game it was. Carr had threw an interception, and McDaniels was on his ass as soon as he came to the sideline. And Carr was trying to do all this, and McDaniels was just so. You can kind of probably see that, yeah, own up. He's making people, I guess, accountable. And you heard that from players. You heard it from Max. You heard it from Adams. McDaniels holds us accountable. If we mess up, he lets us know. You didn't too much hear that.
But also at the same time, you as that coach, okay, that's all good for holding the players accountable, but it also comes back on you because you are the head coach.
Of course,
it all starts with you because of course,
yes,
all these blown leads that you had in the second half, it's on coaching. Yes. It starts with you. Yes, by all means.
But now
hold your players accountable.
If we're about to go first, take Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Here I'm gonna come up. As you say, it's coaching. But if the coach is calling that play, isn't it on the players to execute the play?
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
So you are absolutely right. I have no rebuttal to that. But if the coach is calling the play, go execute the play.
I agree.
Now,
I 1000% agree.
Yeah, there's also rumbles going on that Derek Carr was checking out of plays that McDaniels wanted to be ran. See, McDaniels, I guess, wants there's two different stories there. One, they were saying that Derek Carr had no control at the offensive line. Then there's also reports saying that McDaniels wanted the plays to be run this way. Okay. I agree to everything. If I'm the player, if the coach calls a play, the coach wants the play ran, I'm getting paid to run the play as the coach tells me to run. Point blank period. Get that. That's what you're supposed to do. If my job tells me, hey, I'm doing it my way, I'm doing this way, and then my supervisor comes in and say, hey. It's not bad what you're doing, okay? But this is the Kaiser way. This is how we do it. This is the efficient way that we're supposed to do that. What am I supposed to do as an employee?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And
do it the Kaiser way. So,
like in my job, I try to show them there's specs, and then there's ways of how to present the food. They want the sandwich at 12 o'clock. They want the fries at 6 o'clock. So
that's how
that's how it goes.
Now, here's the other side of what I just said. So, the Josh Jacobs touchdown run against the Seahawks.
Against the Seahawks in overtime, yes.
Derek Carr checked to that play. Oh, Josh McDaniels wasn't happy because you saw on the sideline when the camera went over there. If my running back just broke 80 flipping yards to win a game, I'm ecstatic. I'm losing it. You take that in the locker room. He showed displeasure. Like, yeah, we got it, but that's not the play I called type look. So this is where everything is starting to come to head. This is why Derek Carr is not there. Because I guess in their mind, he's not coachable per se. So I'm just gonna say this.
So let me just ask this, Josh McDaniels. So if Tom Brady would have checked down at the same play, you're gonna yell freaking Brady?
Well, here's a no. Okay, I'm gonna come back with that. As a coach, you know who to talk to and who you can You
I
know,
agree. I agree.
now the difference is I'm gonna go back to who you just said, John Gruden. He gives zero fucks who you are.
Correct.
The man went up against the old man. Okay.
Which is something you normally don't do.
Hence, that's the reason why he got traded to Tampa Bay. And I wish Al Davis would have never done that. Cost the Super Bowl. Fucker. But the thing that you have to remember as a player is that you're never above your organization. As the Raiders will say, no one's above the shield. Your ass be riding out of town thinking you're above the logo, the nation, straight up. But then as an organization, you know you have to cater to these millionaires. So it's a constant struggle because I think the NFL is getting soft and these players are getting soft because they don't want to practice.
Not a game. Not a game. Not a game. Talking about practice.
Guys bitched and moaned and complained about too much practicing. The coaches are out, they're working us too hard, and now you can't even play a full game of football because you get non-contact injuries.
Because your body tissue is softer than Sherman.
Exactly. We'll get into that. I'll ask this question in another show, and we'll try to pull up the facts because it's running a little. But I would like to go back
against the grain.
I would like to go back to the time to where there was two-a-days, where there wasn't no crying about practicing.
Two-a-days in pads.
ACLs. Right, because your body is used to the contact.
Yes.
You're used to it. Now you're taking it away. Guess what? You walk out on the field in your cleats and you try to jog. Oh, you tore your ACL.
Oh, my Achilles.
And so your body is not tough as it is as you were. That's why you were doing two-a-days. That's why you stayed in the helmet, shoulder pads.
So but here's the thing.
To it.
But here's the jacked up part that I find fascinating and it's mind-boggling about. Okay. Supposedly yes, today's athletes bigger, stronger, faster, better technology with the weights, but yet you have the most non-contact tissue injuries known to man, but yet you're the faster, bigger, stronger athlete. Okay,
I just
I'll give you an example. Okay, the 1995 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Went to Super Bowl 30. Yes. Eventually lost to the Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay. Hall of Fame cornerback, who was the coach of the Vegas Vipers in the XFL, Rod Woodson.
Yes.
For his ACL, week 1 of the season. Because back in the day, torn ACL was meaning you were out for the entire season. There was no coming back.
Yes.
Okay. Rod Woodson, and as he has the nickname, and rightfully so, Jesus in Cleats, are the only 2 people I know with severe knee injuries came back to play in the same season. Now, Jerry unfortunately scored a touchdown and broke his kneecap, and he was done for the rest of the year. But the fact is, the horrible injury he had week 1 against the Buccaneers.
Yes.
The man was saying, I'm going to play the night they retire Joe Montana's number 16 against the Broncos on Monday night. And true to his word, Jerry played in that game, scored a touchdown. Now, unfortunately, his season was over, but the fact is, he had a mindset. I am going to be on the field playing when they retire number 16, and he was. Rod Woodson, again, towards ACL. And this was when they still had AstroTurf. And we're talking about the real AstroTurf, and tore his ACL at Three Rivers.
Yes.
Oh, the man. Three River Stadium.
Three River Stadium. It just
oozes football. Yes.
Oh God.
Oozes football.
Like Pittsburgh, man. It's like Pittsburgh.
It goes hand in hand. You're correct. but he came back and played in Super Bowl 30 and actually played a pretty darn good game.
Well, hell, we can throw Terrell Owens' name in the
Yes, yes.
the man
Horse
broke his foot.
broke his foot, tore his tibia, tore his fibula.
Everything, and
Man,
that's what guess all he
man
did.
had nine. Man had 9 catches for over $120 in Super Bowl 39.
You can't say he didn't come out there and put on the line. You didn't say that he was out there trying to win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Granted that they lost, but you can't tell me he was out there trying to play a game of
he
football.
did everything. He did everything but win the game.
Bro, the comeback route when he caught that ball and took the man was running like a gazelle. Like they just reattached his foot and just nothing like Mr. Miyagi rubbed it or something. You know what I'm saying? He was just out there going loose, going crazy.
Then there's Adrian Peterson.
Oh boy. Now see he's a different. When you talk about Adrian Peterson, you talk about a machine. You talk about somebody that was structured. I don't know what his parents was feeding him or what he was doing, but that man is Terminator, just like a freaking nature. Just whatever he did, man. Yeah, he was just ridiculous.
Game for rushing yards in a game.
Yes.
But I mean, but as you said, that is the difference between when we grew up to right now. Because I mean, it's just
dramatic change, big dramatic change.
It's just mind boggling. And then I'm like, come on now, like the coaches can be there, but the players can't. That makes no sense. No sense at all.
Yeah.
But what do I know? All you and I do is just do a sports show and talk sports. But we know nothing.
Nope, not at all.
But we are against the grain, and we will definitely come back next week, as next week officially begins the NFL season, and I'm pretty sure there will be a whole lot of free agent signings and trade rumors and whatnot.
And some
we'll definitely.
I'm waiting for when we're on here, and we'll try to do the morning shows, because that's where a lot of stuff is broken into where we'll probably be asleep, and then news will be broken because deals are broken at the red hour, the wee hours of the mornings and nights.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think we should. We'll just don't plan on doing no late night shows. We'll just try to do the morning shows before either one of. Well, on your off days, I say figure the Mondays we can do the morning shows, and then if we want to sprinkle in a evening show, we'll try to do that. But we'll try to stay when news is broken. The Mizzle and Dub show will be breaking it,
or possibly do a recap show later on that particular day or the next.
Yeah, sounds. We will be on screen more and more during this the push for the playoffs, the free agency, the draft, XFL. Hell, I believe the USFL here will be starting here pretty soon too, right?
That'll be starting in April. That starts next month. Yes.
Okay, so this is a good time for us to be sitting in front of a
to which by the way, this past weekend was some very good NFL XFL competition. It was very
I agree.
Close.
And we even had it's one road the XFL before we end. How do you get fired from the XFL? What? How? Explain to me, why are you sharing your playbook with the opposing team? What did you get from that? So somebody got to talk. Somebody got to talk to me about that, bro. I need an explanation. But the XFL, I can see that this will be around for a while. I believe this is gonna work out.
He's making reference to us. I'm trying to bring up the article.
Pop
Um,
the jabroni that
Orlando Guardians quarterback. Forgot his bleeping name.
and the
But
quarterback of all people does this.
yeah, the quarterback, yes. To which I will say this. Paxton Lynch actually played well yesterday against the
Oh,
Renegades.
oh, so there was no benching, huh?
No, he no Paxton Lynch actually played well and actually threw the ball with some purpose. He actually played well.
Good for him.
And the Orlando Guardians actually played well. It's just they lost by a point. Also, the San Antonio Brahmas release their team captain. Interesting. He gets released. Okay.
Hmm.
Renegades sign wide receiver Van Der Esch. All right. But the game I went to between the Vipers and the Sea Dragons, Josh Gordon is still that dude.
Oh, of course, yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt.
uh, um, the and hit in the back corner of the end zone for a touchdown was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then the fourth down throw to where Jordan just caught it and he was pulling the Deshaun Jackson talking about, come on, was just ridiculous. Like I said, if anybody from the XFL is coming back to the NFL, I definitely think it should be Josh Gordon.
Right.
The Houston Roughnecks continue to look like to be that team. Wade
Mhm.
Phillips has got them going well. Their goal line stand against the San Antonio Brahmas was the difference of the game, as the Roughnecks and the DC Defenders, like remaining unbeaten teams in the XFL. But all three games yesterday were fun, competitive. Maybe the game of the day yesterday was the Defenders and the Battlehawks. That was a close game. And the highest scoring game thus far in the XFL was the Vipers and the Sea Dragons, the game that I attended on Saturday. I wasn't drenched in the rain like I was against when it was the Defenders and the Vipers, but that was fun. Football in the elements, but it was extremely, extremely windy on Saturday. But it was a fun game. The Sea Dragons got the win by a final score of 30-26. So that I mean, it's been it hasn't been putting you to sleep like the
Oh,
first one back in 2001.
yeah.
Um, the second one we'll never know, but I mean, just to go over the weekend, of course, the Sea Dragons beat the Vipers 30-26. Sea Dragons get their first win. Vipers go to 0-3. The Defenders beat the Battlehawks 34-28 in a very, very good game. Roughnecks beats the Brahmas 22-13, and the Renegades beat the Guardians 2-9. So, like I said, the Defenders and the Roughnecks are 3-0. And I'm still trying to find that article about the Orlando Guardians quarterback that got fired.
Mhm.
Let's see. Trying to we're trying to give you this article, folks. So
Let's see.
because okay, so here we go. Okay, here Quentin Dormady was reinstated one day after being cut for giving away the team's plays. So he like I said, he actually played well. But yeah, um, he gave Quentin Dormady apparently gave opposing teams the playbook. The team heard about it. They investigated and released him immediately. Then the XFL website removed his stats from the website. He's been reinstated, but apparently it may be a while before he gets back. But that's weird.
that is
First controversy. 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, you already have your first controversy. That is that's bad.
very.
That's bad because I know if this was the NFL, you might be banned for life.
Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed.
That's I mean, I know some shady stuff happens in the NFL, but
Yes.
something to those regards, I don't get it.
Yes.
But nonetheless, we thank you as always for tuning in and watching the Mizzle and Up Show. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. That is the Mizzle and Up Show. Well, of course, the designs are brought to you by his son, my nephew, the super dope beat maker, who also makes the theme song for this show.
Yes.
So kudos to that young man for making us look good with the
Indeed.
music and and the graphic designs.
Yes.
From the Voltron.
Blazing, there it is.